I'm George Burns. I've built a six-figure sourcing business. I own a £5 million property portfolio, and I've worked across 400 plus deals for investors over the last few years. One thing I get asked all of the time is, what does a property investor look like? And it's something that I believe is a myth in the industry, because most people think that property investing is reserved for the people with hundreds of thousands of pounds, even millions of pounds, and millions of pounds are just sitting in the bank. And that couldn't be further from the truth. What people believe is investing is for those who have it all figured out or have all the money ready to go, or people that are ready to waste all of their money. But the reality is that it's the complete opposite of that thought process. Real investors that Evolve work with, and this is day to day, are working professionals. Those are nurses, teachers, tradespeople, salespeople, those who've got a modest amount of savings that want to invest over time. That's a long-term structured plan, and that's something built around their goals and what their aspirations are, and that's exactly what Evolve do. So today, what I want to talk about is, what does a investor look like? How can Evolve help? And what does the future look like for someone that wants to invest in property? So we're going to dive into the computer. I'm going to go through that today. So what does a real property investor look like? Or who have we been working with over the last, I'd say, few months, few years? So an average property investor that we work with are working around that £50,000 to £75,000. Most investors that we're having conversations with are investors that aren't full-time in property. They're actually full-time professionals. They come to us because they want to continue focusing on their careers, their jobs, their life, their family. That's what they want to focus on in life, rather than moving away from that and looking to build a property portfolio or invest in property in general. So as you can see here, most start with that £50,000 to £75,000 capital. What we aim to do is we aim to work with our investors on a 5 to 10 year plan to build a portfolio, even with that starting capital. And what we do is we aim for properties based in the north to target 7 to 8, even higher gross yields, working with investors that aren't full-time in property. I've got a couple of examples of people we're working with right now. So the first example is Jack. Jack's 20, although I think he's just turned 21. He is a business owner. He's doing very, very well within the company. He started with around 60 to 75 capital. He's actually looking to build upon that and buy more and more to invest further and further. And he's interested in that long-term plan. His goal is to buy 10 plus over the next 5 to 10 years. That's exactly where Jack wants to be. So what we've done is we've set up a new company with him. We have input a director's loan into the business, and he is now ready to purchase 1, if not 2, over the next year, and then keep investing to get to that 10 goal as quick as we can. But Jack is just a young person doing pretty well within the business that wants to keep investing. We've also got Lauren. Lauren's 29. Funny enough, Lauren has actually just turned 30 as well, so I need to update these numbers. But Lauren is a self-employed hairdresser. She has some very good savings that she's been saving over the years, and she wants to invest her £50,000 into property. That's the goal. That's exactly where she wants to be. And again, the long term is to purchase, use the BRR method to be able to refinance over the next couple of years, to be able to bring more back into the pot, reinvest further, and keep going. The goal for Lauren is also to purchase several within the portfolio. So we're aiming for 5 over the next 5 to 10 years, which should be comfortable. Who actually does invest in property? So what we've looked at is we've looked at the general market, who we've worked with, and these numbers are exactly what we've done over the last few years. 45% of people generally just employed. So just busy professionals that are looking to invest within the property for that long-term vision. 28% of people that are self-employed, but again, focusing on their careers. That is 73% of the market that are people focused purely on their jobs, what they're doing. We've also got 20% who are small business owners, and then 7% are full-time investors. So that's 7% of the entire market that we work with that are full-time involved in property. 93% of the market are just focusing on their careers, what they do, their life, and etc. And this is something that they're building in the background. We've looked at who we've worked with, and the majority of investors that we work with in terms of their starting capital. Like we talked about at the start, most people look at property investing as you need hundreds of thousands of pounds, if not millions, to get involved. And that is not the reality. The reality is the majority of investors we work with have had between £50,000 to £75,000, which is 38% of the market. If we even look at 30 to 50, that's 22%. If we were to take anyone up to £100,000, that would be 89% of the market have below that figure. Only 11% have above the £100,000. What this means is investors don't need to save and save and save and save. As soon as we're at the point where we've got £50,000 plus, we've got the opportunity to get into the market. And there's a common saying, which is time in the market beats timing the market. And this is a very good example using data to showcase that as well. Now I want to talk about what investors are looking to do. And a couple of different examples we're going to look at is the monthly income and why the northern market works. So looking at the northern market, we've taken into account Yorkshire, Northwest, Northeast and London. They're the biggest areas that we talk about with investors. As you can see, London, when we look at the rent per month, the yield and the 5-year growth is just outweighed completely with the northern market now. If you'd have spoken to me 5-10 years ago, London would probably be an area that I would talk about due to capital growth with slightly lower yields, but now the yields are getting hit further and further and the 5-year growth is even half of other areas that we're looking into. The area that we focus on the most are Yorkshire due to the affordability in terms of the average price, the best in terms of the next 5-year growth, and then also the yield being very strong. Now, I appreciate that Northeast has a higher yield, but the capital growth and the average price of purchase is lower than the other areas we're looking at. So the top areas for us is Yorkshire. The long-term vision that we talk with investors, because most people watching this will be focusing on investing now for the future, whether that's 5 years, 10 years, even longer than that. I invest right now for the next 15 to 20 years. That's my vision. Most people will probably be similar. Anywhere from 10 to 15 years is that kind of sweet spot. And that's where we look at the Yorkshire area as that sweet spot due to the capital growth and balancing that with the average prices. If we looked at an average price on the lower end of £100,000, a 26.5% increase over the next 5 years is £26,500 of equity increase on top of what is put into the market as well. So looking at Yorkshire over the next few years, if we were to take into account, and I've got the numbers on here, if we were to take into account £115,000 property, that's roughly £9,200 a year gross rent, plus the £30,000 in value growth on top. And that 9,200, that's a year. If we're timesing that by 5, that increases that to nearly £50,000, just over 45,000, as well as that £30,000 in value growth. That is the sweet spot. That's that long-term vision. And we're only using 5 years rather than 10 years. And that moves us into that compound effect over 10 years. So when we're saying a 26.5% growth, that is year on year, which actually would increase that to around an average of 30% if we're looking at that compound aspect. We look at that over a 10-year period. If we were to look at £100,000 property with a 5% annual growth on average, we're looking at around £160,000 over 10 years, which is nearly £10,000 a year in rent as well. That's £60,000 increase with £100,000 appreciates gross rent, but £100,000 as well. That's £160,000. Bear in mind, this is costing us 50. That's 3 times return. Again, I appreciate it's the gross rent, so we can look into that another time. Why are we focused on the north compared to London? If we were to take the 4.9% yield in London, which bear in mind is probably a little bit higher than usual, with the amount needed to purchase each property being over £100,000, what that does is it outweighs a lot of people looking to invest. As we've looked at earlier, 89% of the market have lower than £100,000. So that's only 11% of the market investing in London. And it's the affordability with the yields and the capital growth being half of what it is up in the Yorkshire area. Now we're going to move on to the strategy of the buy, refurbish, refinance and what we aim to do with our investors, whether you've got 50, 100, even 250,000. So the idea is to buy a property below market value. And this example here is a £97,000 purchase. What that means is it's a cash outlay to purchase of £29,500. We've then got a light refurbishment, a light cosmetic refurbishment of £14,000. What that has done is through buying it below market value and through the refurbishment, it's increased the value to around £130,000, which means the total cash outlay on this one is around £44,000. What that does is when we refinance the property at the £130,000 mark, we then release £97,500, which when we're paying off the original mortgage, releases £24,500 to us, which means that we have left in the deal around £20,000. If this is something people want me to go into more detail about, because again, the focus today is what does an investor look like. But if someone wants me to go into more detail about how does BRR work, just comment BRR and we can look to get a video that can go into more detail about how we utilize this method. But the result in this means that we're leaving around £20,000 in this specific deal. We've got capital recycled, which is around £30,000 to £35,000, including a bit of the rent, and the property cash flow at £300 to £350. So it's cost us £20,000 to be bringing in a net amount of around £3,500 to £4,000 a year, as well as owning £32,500 of equity. Now, again, if we focus on that 5-year period, our aim is to buy anywhere from 3 to 4, even further, depending on how much somebody can reinvest into the portfolio. And that means our value would be around 450 to 600,000. Our net monthly cash flow would be anywhere from 1350 to 1800, probably more with the rent increases. And that means that we still have capital that can go on further and further, depending on someone's goal. So one thing I do want to look into with this and what we do for our clients, and it's a bit of another myth, if we like, is when we're investing in the BRR method, all of our money comes back to us. And it is a myth. I mean, it does happen, but it's very rare. So I've been doing this for, as I say, several years now. I've done over 400 property deals, and I can count on one, maybe two hands when I've seen all of the capital come back. So we do need to understand that there will be capital left in. But what we've got with that, and if we were to look at the return on this specific deal, having around, and let's use a lower amount on the rental, £3,600 per year net income and £20,000 left in the deal is an 18% return. And we're not even including the fact that we've got over £30,000 of equity. We're not even including the fact that rent goes up every single year, which increases the return over time as well. We're only utilising the income versus the cash outlay on the deal, or the cash left in the deal. A couple of common questions that we get that I want to touch upon before we finish the deal is, number one, what if I can't pull all my money out? This is common. It's very, very rare that we find deals where you pull all your money out. There has been times where I've seen investors do that, and we do training on how to find these deals, but majority of the time you're going to be leaving a portion in. The goal isn't to look at how much money we can leave in as a minimum. The goal is to look at, over time, where can we get this portfolio to? And that's a 5 to 10 year goal. That's what we do on our calls. Number two is, what about the interest rates? A couple of things that we need to know about is interest rates. Interest rates are always moving. The goal is to ensure that we stress test with the GDV, the gross development value. That is once we've done the refurb. So we need to understand and make sure that we're still making a net income every single month. And also, the interest rates can dictate the market. If interest rates go up, it means we can pick up better deals because the demand decreases. If interest rates come down, it means that the demand increases, which then increases property prices over time. So the goal is to ensure that we're maximizing, or the goal is to ensure that no matter what the market is dictating, we're always focusing on what we can do. And then number three is, do I manage this myself? Now, there's a couple of different components to the entire process. What we offer, by the way, is we offer a completely hands-free process. It's bespoke per investor. What we do is we jump on an initial call to understand what your goals are, how much cash you've got available, where we can get you over the next 5, 10 years following these systems. However, if you do want to manage it yourself, there are components that you can, which is, for example, finding the property. So going online, finding the deals, whether on market, off market, establishing relationships and finding that deal that works for you. And then there's also the side of the management of the property, management of the refurbishment. So if you manage the refurb yourself, there will be savings. And then, of course, if you manage the rental yourself, you'll save anywhere from 10 to 12% a month as well. By the way, my idea on this is I would always say outsource that. Again, the reason investors work with us, because they don't have the time. We're finding better deals and negotiating stronger, and we manage the entire process so that you or the investor can focus on what you do best, which is your job, your life, your family, and etc., etc. So they're probably three of the most common questions. If there are any more questions on this, by the way, please do add in the comments and we can look to answer them as well. To finalise and to reiterate what we've talked about today, it's a big myth when it comes to who actually invests in property. We find investors that are just busy professionals that have savings that want to make their money work further than just sitting in the bank. We've also talked about why the north outweighs the south. We've also got another video on that if you want a more detailed version. The link will be in the description. And we've also talked about the buy, refurbish, refinance method. As discussed, if you do want a more in-depth video on buy, refurbish, refinance in general, please let us know and we'll focus on that. And if you do want to get in touch with us because you want help building a portfolio for yourselves, or putting your money to work, or even just seeing how much further we can take you with the detailed business plans that we come up with investors, please do click on the link below. There'll be a link to book a call with myself or the team, where what we'll do is understand your situation further, where your vision and your goals are, and then we can come up with a full detailed business plan of what 5, 10, even 20 years looks like, depending on where you are and where you want to get to. And apart from that, if you do like these sort of videos, please like, subscribe, and all that bollocks.